Elohim Airlines Flight 247. Radar indicates a severe storm in your path. Descend to 12,000 feet immediately.
Roger that, tower. Disengage autopilot.
Aye, Captain.
I can't take this plane down 12,000 feet until you disengage.
I know that, Captain, and I'm trying, but it won't disengage.
Huh. Well, that's new.
New? New? You mean in all your years of being a pilot, this is the first time something like this has ever happened?
There's a first time for everything.
First time for... Wait a minute. Whoa. What are you doing?
I'm reading the instruction manual. I'm trying to figure out what we do in this situation.
You're about to trust your life and my life and the lives of all of our passengers back there to words found in some old book?
Some old book? The people who manufactured this aircraft wrote this book.
Just because it says Elohim Airlines and has a picture of an airplane like this, that doesn't prove anything.
Of course that wouldn't prove anything, but if you actually open it up and read it, you'll see everything written in here proves to you that the manufacturer who made the plane also wrote this book. I mean, I read this thing all the time. You know what? I'll prove it to you. If autopilot will not disengage during extreme turbulence, press the flashing red button.
But think about it. Think how crazy that is. You and I both know this aircraft was designed and built in the Middle East, which means the original manual was written in a language other than English.
Of course.
And then I bet that manual was then translated into maybe like German, and then they took the German manual and probably translated the German manual into maybe like French, and then they took the French manual and translated into probably Spanish. I'll bet you this English version was translated maybe from the Spanish version. I mean, who knows what the original manual originally said?
I mean, that would be true if it worked like that, but it doesn't work like that. You have this manual that comes from the original language to English. That's it. One-step process. I mean, literally, there were hundreds and hundreds of people that worked on translating this book. It's completely accurate.
You're admitting that we're trusting all of our lives to a book that was written by hundreds of people that none of us know.
The people who wrote this book were handpicked by the manufacturer. I mean, think about it. Those same people were around to see this thing come about. They would know way more than we know about this. And those same people in this very situation tell us, if autopilot will not disengage during extreme turbulence, press the flashing red button.
Yeah, but that's only one line out of this entire manual. What if another part of the manual says to do something completely different?
But it's a manual. That's the beauty of the manuals. They always address the same issue in multiple locations. That's easy for me to show you. Watch. Here we go. Extreme stress to the frame may cause the autopilot to maintain control of the aircraft. To override this feature, push the flashing red button. See?
Yep. Look here. Push the flashing red button. In that other passage you read, it said to press the flashing red button. Push, press. That sounds like a complete contradiction to me.
It's just because it's using different words don't mean they don't have the same essential meaning to it. All this is telling us is to hit the flashing red button.
Oh, now you're saying hit the button. See, that's your interpretation. You know, that's your complete interpretation. You can make push or press mean anything you want.
You know what? I'll give you that. There are certain things in this book that may take a little bit more understanding to interpret what it means. But the overwhelming majority of this book is pretty easy and clear to understand.
You know, you may trust this thing, but I know that my college professor didn't. He told our class that this thing is full of false information written by a bunch of unqualified people.
So a flight instructor told you that?
Oh, no. It wasn't my flight instructor. That was my biology professor.
Let me get this straight. So you're telling me a biology professor is criticizing a flight instruction manual? I'm pretty sure he's the one that's unqualified. You know what? I'll press the red button.
Wait, before you do, I just thought of something. What if this manual is incomplete? What if it's missing some information that was supposed to be there? Maybe they accidentally left out some information. Wait. Maybe it's worse. What if they intentionally left out information because it was too controversial?
Listen, when the manufacturer made this, they carefully selected the proper documents to put in here. I mean, this thing's been used for years and years. I mean, there's hundreds of pilots that use this thing, and they haven't had any problems, and it's been completely accurate. You know what? I'll press the button.
Autopilot disengaged.
You see?
I call that a complete coincidence.
You know what? At this point, you can call it whatever you want, but the manual was correct, and it's always correct. And now it's time for us to descend 12,000 feet.